While the US dollar is been under pressure from riots, from the virus, from the situation between US and China, other currencies are taking advantage of the situation. Now, of course, there is some macros as well as some other factors, other components to take into consideration. But the truth here is that Aussie, Kiwi, as well as the pound, okay, have taken a very good advantage at the beginning of the month yesterday. Now, Aussie reached the 68 cents, Kiwi the 63 cents, pound 125. All of them really reached out to very good psychological resistances, but the question is, are they going to continue higher? Let's just focus on what we see in the nearer term, like in the next few days or so. Now, from a macro perspective, Aussie is supported as well because the RBA kept rates unchanged, and they will keep rates unchanged at least for the next month, while everybody was expecting the RBA maybe even to move on to negative rates, because there have been calls by very big economists in Australia in order, of course, to support the economy. However, now we have some partial figures on the GDP that also support in this view. It's looking good. It would be a very surprising piece of data if we see the GDP tomorrow coming out without actually being in a technical recession, right? Because expectations actually from economists forecast are showing that GDP is not going to be as bad in Australia. Well, obviously the QE follows. There's not much to say about the QE on that end, but also then when we look at the pound, there is now increasing hopes for a, let's just say, political momentum, as they called it, in the meeting that is expecting to take place this month, in the high-level political meeting. Now, the major in London also calls for an extension of the deadline, but with the Prime Minister remaining adamant on his position, no extension, then we are to see how this is going to play out. Now, starting with the Aussie, last week we were looking at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to be wave A, and then we're going to get B, and then we're going to get C. I did say though last week that if we got to this monstrous trend line, most likely looking to change that structure. Okay, and that's what I did today. We have still wave 3 in the cycle, degree 4 is taken out as we speak, and actually was taken out, and I'm expecting now the 5th cycle move to the downside. Now that said, with this being taken out, the 68, now this is an ABC, 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 which means it is a double zigzag with an ending triangle and a very nice throwback as well. Now, if that is not the case, then we'll go back to the original, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that means that we ended down here, the move to the downside. We're going to probably see a correction and then continuation all the way up. But in the short term, the RSI tells us that we can expect prices to move lower. Now, the situation with Kiwi isn't much different. Obviously, the structure is different here. We still have a leading triangle over here, a nice flat, complex flat, I would say, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and an ending triangle over here. So we can expect another cross of another new high, let's just say, above the 63.06, maybe to the 63.200. That would be the 61.8 Fibonacci extension of waves A and B, and I would be surprised if we get there. Now, the RSI, again, in the short term tells us that we might see prices starting moving lower. In case, of course, this is not wave 4, as in with the scenario with Aussie, then we ended down here. This is A, this is B, and this is a multi-structure wave 3. On the pound, I've also changed my the structures here because, okay, we were looking at this being an A, B, and a C to take out wave B. And don't forget also here, this is a triangle, a cycle degree triangle, right? So we're expecting a B and then a C to end this move. Obviously, it will be below the previous low of 113, right? Now, with these structure over here, I mean, up to this, it was okay, but now 1, 2, 3, this, it's indeed a correction, which is what it looks like. That means that we've had ABC, 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 this is also an ABC, we're gonna get another ABC and another ABC. Now, whether complex or not, it doesn't really make a difference, but it looks like to me now that we are in a triple zigzag pattern, okay? So, that said, we can look at these prices over here being, I mean, we can expect this to reach, since we crossed above this, the channel, we can expect to reach the 126.50 and even higher, to be honest, and then move all the way down to take out wave Z, that would be wave B, and then C, and then again down for, to end this triangle, the cycle degree triangle, right? Now, we also see here some signs on the other side in the short term, so it will be okay to expect prices to decline, okay, and then start moving higher for wave, either for wave X, either to continue going lower for, which means this is wave X, to take out wave Z.